Progressive car insurance. You've probably seen the commercials. You're familiar with the name, at least a little bit. Maybe you even had insurance through Progressive. Today we're going to look at a little review. We're going to go to the Progressive website. We're going to look at a review site. And if you have had personal interaction with Progressive, we'd love to hear your story. So feel free to comment and share your experiences. Sometimes real life experiences are just what a person needs when they're shopping. So we're going to start right here with how Progressive began and evolved. And if you're considering Progressive as a car insurance provider, head on over to autoinsurance.org and do a rate comparison so you can get a good idea of what you qualify for car insurance rates, and then get a quote from Progressive so you can compare it to that and see if maybe Progressive is a good fit for you. Over 100 years ago, Progressive began in Cleveland, and it was started as a company so that people that couldn't afford insurance could afford insurance through Progressive. So their goal was not to reach the rich and famous, their goal was to reach the common person. So it started in 1937. On March 10th, Joseph Lewis and Jack Green started Progressive Mutual Insurance Company. They wanted to provide vehicle owners with security and protection, and they thought an insurance company was a good investment for a couple of lawyers who were just getting started. Their business philosophy was to approach auto insurance in an innovative way like no company had. And they progressed from there. In 1956, Progressive Casualty Insurance Company is founded. And in 1964, we became the first in Ohio and one of the few nationwide to offer a payment plan to non-standard auto policy holders. And in the 70s, they held their first public offering of Progressive stock. And then moving on to the 80s, they introduced their core values, which can be found on their website today. Their core values they have held to and stuck to and made that kind of the centering of their company. In the 90s, Progressive sets a new industry standard for claims service by offering immediate response capability to auto customers. So that Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, they said, nope, we're not going to do that. We are going to offer claims service anywhere 24/7. And that has been something that more and more auto insurance companies have adopted because that's really what the consumer needs. And so offering that is a big deal. And it just grew a lot in the 90s. In the early 2000s, the new CEO challenges the company to offer virtually perfect service and to evolve our customers from insurance consumers to brand promoters. So using customers as advertisers. And really that is one of the best ways to advertise. They started offering instant quotes for RV insurance. They're just growing to offer to meet customer needs and demands. And then in 2001, they became the first publicly held company to report underwriting results monthly. So just a way to keep tabs and nothing kind of goes secret when you report monthly. It's a way to be transparent. And so they have just continued to grow over the past couple decades. In 2017, Progressive becomes the first insurer to offer a voice action on Google Home. So people that enjoy having smart homes and just using their voice anywhere in their home, they can now access information about Progressive, about their policy, even about their claims. And it's simple, it's easy, especially for people that enjoy working that way. So now I'm going to jump over here to autoinsurance.org. And they have this great review on Progressive Auto Insurance. And here you can see this chart of coverage for teen drivers. And you can see that from if a teen starts driving when they're 16, and then the difference in rates to when they're 19, it's pretty significant. And an age 16 male is going to pay the highest premiums. You can see for minimum coverage, that's just for liability coverage, that's $327 a month. But by age 19, that same male would be paying about $50 less per month. And those rates will continue to drop until an individual is in their mid-20s and they kind of level out. They're not nearly so expensive. But if you look over across to full coverage, you'll see that it is way more expensive. And so that kind of should make you think, for your teen driver in your household, or if you are a teen driver, you may want to consider driving an old car that doesn't need full coverage, because that additional cost is so high that it can be very hard to budget for, especially if a teen is paying for it themselves and they're going to school and they're working part-time. They might not even be making enough money to cover their car insurance. So that's a little overview of the rates for teen drivers. But here, when you look at the rates for seniors, much lower, much more affordable. And so you see the lowest rate is for female age 55, $39 a month for minimum coverage, $106 for full coverage. And males pay a little bit less than that. And then rates start creeping up as people get into their 70s, because there's just a higher risk associated with older drivers. Even if they drive fewer miles, the time they are on the road, it's a little bit more risky, and so their rates reflect that. But you can find out how much you would pay for rates by heading over to autoinsurance.org, and then right here at the top, right here in this zip code, you can enter your zip code and get quotes. It's going to walk you through some questions about your demographics, about your driving history. Then you'll get quotes, and you can see if you could save by switching to maybe some other company that offers you lower rates. And you can compare the quotes you get through this tool with quotes you get from Progressive, and you can see how they compare. If you just get a quote from Progressive, you won't have anything to compare it to. If you do a quote with autoinsurance.org, you will have several companies to compare it to. And so then you can find out, is Progressive for you? If you like their history, you like what they stand for, and they offer you good rates, it might be a fantastic fit. The only way to know is to get quotes and compare.